I just watched something that was very hard for me to watch. And it showed me that women just don't get it. Like, I don't understand. And as I read the comments off of what I'm getting ready to show you that I watched, I'm like, even as the coach, in my opinion, she didn't get it. Hold on, I'm gonna play you this video, and I want you to watch and listen.
I made horrible choices, and the women I chose to have kids with, I can't see the kids. I've been fighting for each one of them since they've been babies.
Okay.
And the kids believe I've never wanted to be there. I've been fighting for the longest. I'm going back and forth with my older daughter right now who says that I never tried to be there, and I try to show her all the pictures. I'm trying to show her receipts, and she says I'm a psycho. You're a psycho. You're a weirdo. You're foul. And I asked her, why don't you go say something to your mom? My mom didn't do this.
How old is your daughter?
My daughter's 17. But she asks, why do you have my mom blocked? Because I don't want to fight with your mom. You have a phone. I'd rather talk to you. So now in her brain, I don't love her. I'm not trying to be there. You always at work. Sweetheart, if dad don't work, I can't pay bills. But she don't understand that because she never was around me as much. So this is a vulnerable area where I'm telling you right now that I'm trying to fix. Now, when I bring this up to you, I'm really trying to get some type of support or some type of guidance on where to go because it's breaking me down as a man.
Okay.
I'm falling apart as a man because nobody addresses how I feel when I'm going through.
What kind of support in that scenario, if you were sharing that with your person, you were sharing your despair in that scenario in your life, what would be the support that you need?
What would you do?
I would ask you, what support do you need?
What would you think that I need? I'm bringing it up to you.
I don't know because I'm not a man in that position dealing with those things.
So as a woman.
So as a human being, whether it's man or woman, listen to me.
Oh.
This is communication. I would ask you, I am so sorry that you're going through that. What do you need from me? I don't want to assume. I don't want to guess. Tell me what you need for support.
Obviously nothing.
Because here's the thing. Why is it obvious?
Obviously nothing, because
But
I just
why?
brought it up to you. You're a woman.
Okay.
You understand what's going on with this girl. I don't know what's going on. I brought it up to you as a woman.
Yes.
As a mother.
Okay.
That can understand.
But that doesn't tell me what you need for
so
support.
So obviously I need to figure it out on my own. You see how I just shut down on you?
No, it doesn't make sense.
No, it don't make sense to you, but this is a common issue. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But I'm asking you, that you're shutting down why?
Because I'm looking for you to actually help me figure it out. And you're saying, well, what would you need from me?
Yeah.
And I'm saying, well, you know what? I'm telling you what's going on. And I just told you, you're a woman, you're a mother. I need support. I need guidance.
But what
How do I figure this out?
do you need as support? Because you're coping with it as a man. I can't assume what you need is, as far as support.
Okay, so
I can have an opinion about it. I can go to toe with baby mama and all this other stuff, but that doesn't mean I'm supporting you.
Aren't you a coach?
No, it's not about me being a coach. I am a coach, yes. And communication is very important. When I'm going through things in my life personally, when I'm going through it, I appreciate if my partner were to say to me, what can I do? What do you need? Let me tell you what I need. Let me express it, because you could try to do everything under the sun that you think that I need, and it ain't it.
Okay.
So and unless we talk about that, you can tell me what you're going through, that it has to deal with women and I'm a woman and your young daughter and all that stuff. But it still doesn't tell me you emotionally, what kind of support do you need from me? How do you want me to be involved, or how do you want me to take a step back? Because I'll tell you what, when you assume things, when people are going through things in life, you could step in when they don't want you to.
Okay, so
you could take a step back when you don't want you to.
What would you suggest? Because here it is as a man. I don't even know what to do. Are you here? Listen to me, because you keep asking me the same question.
But why can't you answer it? How am I supposed to know?
Some people don't know how to tell you this, and you keep asking a question.
How am I, as a person who is not in that situation, how am I supposed to know how to support you when you don't even know how to support yourself?
That was hard to watch, and watching some of you women's comments in the comment section. What are you supposed to do? What's she supposed to do? This is why y'all will never ever be a woman that attracts the type of man that you ask for. What do you mean? Well, he can't answer. How many times do men ask us which we want to eat and we don't know? These are the notes that I wrote down when I saw this. First of all, her demeanor was completely off. Number one, her tone was off, right? I'm going to tell you what this man was asking for in this moment, that women always say, I'm this type of a woman. But this is what I mean when I say women are freaking delusional, and the very things that we ask men for, you cannot give. There's so many times as women, we give our men these problems that we're having, even down to, I'm hungry. Well, babe, what you want to eat? I don't know. Well, just pick something. Just help me find something. We do all of this stuff. But this is the problem. This is what it was. I'm going to tell you what he was asking for that women today are clueless on, even though they have so many degrees. I have a communications degree. I have a degree in this, a PhD in that. And you couldn't even figure out that this man was asking for womanly wisdom. That's what he was asking for. He gave her all the information and he was clear. And he said, I don't know what to do. I'm being vulnerable. This is what I'm going through. I need support. If he doesn't know what that looks like, he's asking for womanly wisdom. He's not asking for your psychology or psychological degree, you being maybe a psychotherapist. He's not asking for that. He asked a question. And the moment that he shifted into, I'm asking you this as a woman, that's when she was supposed to shift into her womanliness. He needs a mama. No, it's not a mama. Y'all women are just dumb as shit. I'm going to say it how I want to say it. That's not a mama. So are you saying you need a daddy because your man asks you that what you want to eat and you don't know? You don't know what to tell him? You come home from work and you have all of these problems. Do you want him to solve them or not? That's what I'm saying. This is why I stopped working with women, because the majority of women, especially the ones in this comment section, think the same way. He didn't need a mama. He needed womanly wisdom. Just like a woman will say, well, he should know I want flowers on a regular basis. He should know these things. This man was very clear in saying, I do not know how to address this situation. But you know what most of y'all would have missed it? Where she missed it too? Not one time in the beginning did she address his feelings. Not one time. The very first thing she said was something about, how old is your daughter? Not one time in the beginning did she say, you know what, sir? I can hear the pain in your voice. I can't imagine what it must feel like to be a man who wants to take care of his children, but for whatever reason, he's been blocked. I can't imagine what that feels like. However, I understand that you don't know what support looks like for you. So let me ask you a couple questions. If you had a woman in your life, love, what would it feel like to you to have support? You know what I just did there? Not only did I have empathy, but number two, I took him out of logical mode. The whole time he was talking to her, he was in logical mode. And she hit back with what? Logic, right? He was looking for more of an emotional place. If I would have asked him that question, you know what it would have done? It would have took him out of his out of his logical mind and caused him to think and what? Feel what it would feel like to have the support. Then maybe from there, we could have gotten a better answer to come up with a solution. But this is how most women respond to men. And I'm going to tell you why. Women don't see men as humans a lot of the time. And we see them as problem solvers. So in her mind, the way she's talking to him, like, well, give me what you want me to do. I'm telling you, I don't know. I'm telling you, babe, if you're talking to your girl, babe, this is what I'm going through. I don't know how to handle it, but I'm being vulnerable. I've never really shared. I typically shut down. This is not coddling these men. You women are just whack as shit. That's not coddling. How is it that it's okay for you not to know what you want to eat when your man asks you what you want to eat, or you have a problem at work and you don't know how to solve it, but yet he's telling you, this is what I'm dealing with. I don't know how to solve it. Can you help me? And we do the same thing every day. This is why so many of you will be single, sitting there by yourself, only because you don't understand the difference between coddling and your man actually asking you for advice. Babe, this is what I'm dealing with my baby mama. I don't know how I can see the kids. I don't know what to do at this point. I done spent this money trying to get the kids. I don't know what to do. And she says to you, well, how can I support you? I don't know. I'm venting to my girl. We laid up here having pillow talk and I'm expressing to you what's on my heart. At that moment, as a woman, you're supposed to learn how to use feminine language. That's what you're supposed to learn how to use. This is what I'm talking about when I say it. Women are freaking delusional and you think men have all of the answers. This man just sat here and said, I'm being vulnerable. And we watched him go from being vulnerable, expressing his heart, but we watched the demeanor of a woman. We watched the demeanor of a woman not have empathy. This man is pulling for straws. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then he even switched it to say, well, I'm asking you as a woman and as a mom. He's asking for womanly wisdom. Even God calls woman wisdom her for a reason. Even God says we have wisdom and it's called her. The fact that this woman could not pick up when this man shifted into, like, girl, listen, you're not giving it to me from a clinical standpoint. I'm expressing it to you the best way that I can. And the best way is, I'm asking you as a woman. I'm asking you as a mom. Like, what do I do? How can I support you? He don't know. He told you he don't know. But understanding how to use feminine language is so important. She did not even acknowledge. She didn't even acknowledge his feelings. But the video is titled How Not to Communicate. He communicated. But then there's another piece to communication outside of verbalizing. As womanly wisdom, you're supposed to be able to pick up when things shift. That's why I said what I said, and y'all got mad when I said a woman always can sense when her man is cheating, but she never knows when he's unhappy. Your spidey senses, your intuition, your gut feeling only works when you think he's doing something. He might not even be doing nothing. But it only works when you think he's doing wrong. But yet this man is expressing himself and he's still getting the same answer. This is what I talk about, ladies, how important it is for you to not number one, see men as humans and with feelings. And number two, knowing how to use feminine language. Okay? He told her, I don't know what to do. And she says, well, how can I support you? And you can't even express what you need. You know how many times we can't express what we need? And we just start crying? I don't even know why I'm crying today. Babe, what's wrong? I don't even know. We do it all the time. But we don't leave room for them to not know because we view men through the lens of they're supposed to always have it together and they're supposed to always have the freaking answer. We got to stop that. This man was hurting and then he completely shut down. And then, well, how am I supposed to know if you don't know? He don't. He just told you he didn't know. But womanly wisdom is at an all-time freaking low. Even reading some of these comments, just low as hell. But yet you want men to know everything. This woman was not helpful to this man. All she had to do was, number one, acknowledge his feelings. Think about how sometimes as women, we try to get to, well, what's in it for me? What's in it for you? I'm trying to get to the answer. But this man's a simple, I couldn't even imagine what it would feel like to be a father that wants to be in his children's life that can't. Let's start right there. How does that make you feel as a man, knowing that you desire to be in your children's life, that you are not the man that has been portrayed, knowing that all you want to do is build that relationship? Tell me how that makes you feel. From there, we would have gotten a different type of dialogue. We would have caused him to feel. Men don't have the capacity to feel the way that we do. So we have always been the emotion. Men come to us for that connection, for that femininity, for that womanly wisdom. But having no type of acknowledgement whatsoever, you mean to tell me you didn't hear nothing I just said? You didn't hear nothing I just said. And guess what? You know what? What might have sufficed for him was the fact that in that moment, he feels seen, heard, and understood. Just like that. That might have just simply been the support. because who knows exactly what to do. But in this moment, I'm going to act as though that I see you. I'm going to show you that I actually see you. We got to stop skipping past what's being said in order to get the outcome that we are trying to get. This man completely shut down. He had no acknowledgement. It's like, okay, so what you want me to do about it? So how old is your daughter? I could go toe to toe with your baby mama, but I don't even know what you want me to do. Like, what? You got to be freaking kidding me. You have to be kidding me. And I see it all the time with women. Well, he came together with another man in an attractive female body. It's expected. Well, it's challenging. So this aftermath was predictable. No, it's only predictable because of women. Women don't listen. You don't listen. It's like y'all will find all kind of ways to not just simply listen. But yet, men don't open up. The man did, and look what he got. So there's some accountability on the woman's part as well. It's been centuries that we've known that men don't know how to communicate the best. And women sometimes want men to communicate in the same way that we do. They do the best that they can for the most part, not all of them. But it's that womanly wisdom that he was asking her to read between the lines of what I'm trying to say, lady. Read between the lines. I'm telling you what it is. I don't know how. Well, what do I do? I'm drowning here. What do I tell her? I'm asking you from a woman's perspective, from a mom's perspective. He's drowning, trying to get her and not knowing how to communicate. I want womanly wisdom. I'm not looking for clinical at this point. He wanted somebody to hear him. He wanted his feelings and his emotions to be acknowledged. Okay? So it's very important. Women, learn how to use feminine language. Women got to remember men don't move and function the way that we do. They come to us for answers. They come to us to be able to lay on our bosom and be vulnerable like that. You can't say you want a vulnerable man, but when he's vulnerable, you don't know what to do with it. Because you're trying to figure out, how is this man someone that does not know the answer? And she's like, this is what communication is. There's communication logically, and there's womanly wisdom type of communication. And that's what that man was asking for in that moment. Not for you to be dismissive. I don't know who she is, but not for her to be dismissive. If you listen to it over again, because I'm going to post it on my page, if I'm not mistaken, her first words to him was, how old is your daughter? How old is your daughter? What do you mean? What happened to the tenderness? What happened to the empathy? What happened to being able to see what's not being said? What happened to that? What happened to that ability to be in that feminine space, to have that intuition, to know when to shift? She didn't see his humanity. What she saw was him as a man, and a man should have answers. And he's clearly saying, I don't. So just imagine if he was in a relationship with a woman like that. And he's like, babe, this is what's going on. I've been trying for years to get these kids. I've been trying. And here's the text messages. Here's what I've done. This is what I'm trying to do. I don't know what else to do. Imagine if that was his woman. And he says, I just need support. Well, what that look like? What you want me to do? Baby, I don't even know what the support looks like. I just know I need to feel as though, I need support. And he's constantly going on, and you constantly hitting the tennis ball back in his court, saying, but how can I support you when I don't know what you want me to support me as? Imagine that. Imagine that. And then men shut down and they don't talk. But it's because women want men to communicate the way we do, but they communicate, and it's up to us a lot of the times to hear what's not being said and then funnel it through our womanly wisdom. But then once again, like you said, I don't know nothing all the time, leaving a decision up to her. I need a man that leads. Pick a side. Pick a side. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is so crazy to me to watch that. And I'm like, girl. But anywho, I gotta go. I'll see y'all in New York at the Time for Change tour on Saturday. I gotta go get out of here. Gotta go pack. But I needed to share that with you before I left. And also make sure you know that coming up in October, I will be launching my podcast, which is a call-in show called The Feminine Ear, where men are seen, heard, and understood. Only men can call in and ask me questions because we find that men don't have the platform to be vulnerable, just like what we saw here. So make sure you tune in and go follow the Fem Ear page. It should be tagged in my bio. But I believe that it's time for men to have a platform coming from a woman that can actually see, hear, and understand them a lot better than most, because I see them as human beings and I see them as people with feelings. I'm very aware that although I love a man that can fix problems, I'm very aware that they don't always have the answers, nor do I look down on them because they don't. So it's coming, The Feminine Ear. It will be on my YouTube channel. Make sure you go to my YouTube, April Mason TV, and follow. There will not be any guest on this show. This is not about having celebrities and interviewing folks. No, we want to get to the nitty gritty. Y'all know I'm all about problem solving. My goal is to create that platform so men can hear without everything being so chaotic. Okay? Without things being so chaotic. So we don't need all of the back and forth, the green, red, blue, purple pills. We don't need the bitter lady podcast, the women that talk about men all the time. I don't want a man, but I can't stop talking about him. No, this is solutions based. Once again, The Feminine Ear, where men are seen, heard, and understood, coming in October. See y'all later.